Transition. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. The future is now become the divine. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks. Listen when Tierra speaks.
What's going on? What's going on? You have officially been taken over. I am Christopher Evans. This is Brother Renell Parker right here. We have taken over Tierra Speaks. This is the man takeover. We run this. There will be no Tierra. Tierra Speaks is Brother Chris and Brother Renell. That's what we doing. So, with this episode, we have something called Cognac and Conversations.
Talk to him, brother.
Where we gonna talk about a men's road mapping event. We told y'all what road mapping is last season, so you should already know what it is. But a few things we'll talk about today. We're gonna talk about mental health, emotional intelligence. We also gonna talk about goals versus dreams versus reality, and many other things as well. Family dynamics, just general fellowship with men over cognac. What a beautiful thing.
Hey, Tara, come talk to the people.
I will. Excuse me. Hey, y'all. Hey. So listen, make sure if you haven't already, first of all, shout out to all of the Tierra Speaks family that have been here for a while and supporting us. We love you. We would not be here without you. And shout out to all of our new family. So if you have not already, do me a favor to like, follow, share, and subscribe to Tierra Speaks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Anchor, iHeart, Apple, Audible, TGFX on Roku, TGFX.tv. Listen, we just Tierra Speaks across all platforms. Check us out, like, follow, share, subscribe to our website at www.tierraarmy.com because listen, season 5 is bringing some heat that you do not want to miss. Make sure y'all grab your notebooks, your drinks, your pens, everything Tierra Speaks, and get ready because guaranteed they're about to drop some gems that you do not want to miss right after this.
Hi, my name is Kendra Hughes, makeup artist and creator of Cosmetics by Kendra. You can find me on all social media platforms at Cos by Kendra.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Are you looking for dope TV? Matter of fact, are you looking for dope TV powered by one of the youngest black-owned stations in the country? Y'all gotta shout out my man TGFX, man. If y'all didn't know, y'all got a Roku TV, man, your phone, whatever, man. You got access to the internet. You need to go to tgfx.tv. Again, that's tgfx.tv. You never know, you probably gonna see the forum on there. But besides that, it's must see, baby. TGFX, baby, yeah.
Hi, I'm Anita, and I'm Nettie Kelly with Nettie Kelly Makeup Lounge and Upscale Boutique. You can find us on the Moving in Grace Show.
Woo! Yes.
And we're back. Told y'all this the man's takeover right here. I am the homie Chris, also known as Christopher Evans. We're about to go into Cognac and Conversations. Our first segment we're talking about is goals versus dreams versus reality. TC didn't tell you, he just did the perfect segue into this. That's why I'm so amped right now, because it just, we turned. But anyway, once we get into this, we going there. But outside of that, how everybody feeling? What's going on? All right, so we back with Cognac and Conversations again. As we said, with Cognac and Conversations, wherever our conversation goes is where we go. I may be up here, but I'm right here sitting down. We all a circle. Because when you in a circle, everybody got the same value in that circle. Because everything is infinite. We all here with each other. So wherever this convo go is where it go. And that's the thing about Cognac and Conversations. Fellowship, brotherhood. We need more of this. But what I want to do right now with us, while we have a chance, we got a piece of paper in front of us. I want everybody to write down 3 goals that they got for the year. I want everybody on that piece of paper to write down 3 goals that they got for the year. I'll give us a couple minutes with 3 goals you got for the year. All right, now while we right here, so that way we can turn this into a conversation, is I want everybody to introduce themselves, read your 3 goals, and then state the one that was the most important to you. There it is.
What's up with it, fellas? I'm Chris. My 3 goals for the year, to start off with, I'm picking up a trade, because honestly I feel like once you have a trade in life or you have a skill that you can sell, you'll never be without funds. The second thing I went with is developing better financial skills and balancing family time. And the last one I went with is learning the system behind farming, because I want to pick up, how farmers are able to grow, their food and everything else. I feel like our community, we're not huge on that as we was back in the day, and it's needed so we can start feeding ourselves better. Yeah.
So which one was the most important for you, Brother Chris?
The most important for me was picking up a trade, because it's a lot of things and businesses and developments going on in St. Louis to where if you have certain type skills, you'll be able to sell yourself more than, clock in for others. So having a trade is super important for me.
Absolutely. All right, Brother Corey, you got it?
I'm Corey. My 3 goals for the year is to gain my Class A CDL. That's something I'm going to be going for. Stand below 195 pounds. Right now I'm around 185. And staying weed free. My biggest goal is to stay weed free, because I feel like without that, a lot of these other things wouldn't have made it onto my plate. If I hadn't began my journey at the beginning of the year to be weed free, right now I'm currently 35 days in.
That's what's up, brother.
Consistent. Appreciate it.
What's going on, fellas? So I'm Brandon Hunter. My goals for 2024: 1, gain financial stability while maintaining work-life balance. 2, make successful pivot into tech. And 3, grow my business network domestically and internationally while maintaining healthy relationships. And I circled 3 as my most important as far as growing my business network domestically and internationally while maintaining healthy relationships, because I would say we kind of there in the age now to where a lot of people feel like you gotta be seen and heard from every day, or like on their type of time. Is just like, realistically, time is really what you make of it. And I think just establishing those foundations of like, as long as the love and respect is there, regardless of how much time passed, there's gonna be no love lost. And just like making sure everybody who I rock with understands me and my energy of intention with that. And so, like I always say, the prayer for God to keep those meant to be near me around me, and to remove those who are not meant to be from me. And so that's why I would say that one was my most important goal for 2024.
That's what's up, brother.
Let's go. I don't get no intro.
You got the intro. You introduce him.
What's up, y'all? I'm Greg.
Brother Troop, what it do?
But I'm gonna get right to it. My 3 goals. Well, 1 goal is to be a fearless creative. I can explain that if you want me to. 2 is to purchase my first investment property. 3rd, and the most important, is to be consistently health conscious. That's my most important, because I often forget how important my mental, physical, and emotional health though, from time to time. So I want to try to be consistent about doing things that keep me in my best form. You know what I'm saying? My best self. That's it.
What's up, fam? Y'all don't know me. I'm back. The International Bomb Man's Mystery. 4 goals for this year.
Okay.
Get my mind, my body, and my soul together. Work out 3 times a week. Keep my goals simple. 15-minute workouts. I can achieve that. Walk the top 10 bike paths or walking paths in St. Louis. I can do that. One walk every month. Try my best to meditate every day. Keep my mind and my mental together. But my number 1 goal for this year, 2024, is to spend more time with my family. Plain and simple.
All right, and then I'm gonna do mine too with y'all. I set 5 goals earlier this week, but the 3 I got for myself were to finish my sister's scholarship fund, secure a grant for spreading mental health awareness, and over 3 million streams with music. My most important is finish my sister's scholarship fund. I don't mind talking about it. It took a while for me, but you know, we can't have conversations if we can't be vulnerable with each other. The reason my sister's scholarship fund is the most important for me because my sister's the reason that I ever got into owning a business. My sister's the reason that I ever got into wanting to do things for others. My sister went through a lot of trauma in her life, and because she didn't get the mental health help she needed, my sister died from an overdose. And ain't a day that go past that I don't think about her. I've been working this scholarship fund for almost a year now, and I'm gonna do it right. To where the company she started, it was called Healing Hearts and Soothing Souls. I can continue her legacy. This scholarship will be for young women who want to advance in education, whether it be a trade, whether it be college, whether it be cosmetology, where they want to advance, we're gonna give them scholarship and opportunities to do that. The reason why I wanted all of us to recognize the 3 goals and then pick the most important is because there's a such thing with goals called attainability with an A versus obtainability with an O. So I'm gonna break that down a little bit. Attainability means to achieve a goal or to accomplish a task by putting in effort. The reason it was easy to pick that first goal is because we all knew what we needed to do as men to accomplish that very goal. Inside of all you all right now, you know exactly what you need to do to accomplish that one goal. That's how you set goals for yourself. Obtainability with an O means that you can take possession of something. You can do it without much effort or thought. The very difference in that is why sometimes we all have dreams and then eventually those dreams die. Because it's easy to obtain a dream. All you gotta do is think it. I can dream right now to have $100 million. Very simple. But why do I need $100 million? Nobody ever thinks about that. Having $100 million, I'm sure we can think of several things we all would do with that. But what do we need $100 million for? If you sat down and thought about everything you wanted to do in life, I guarantee you, you may not need $100 million for that. So then to dream about $100 million just because it's a large amount of money, we're really just dreaming. We obtain that because we just thought it. Where when you attain a goal, you work for it. Right now, this brother said, hey, I want to stay weed free. I can say on my journey as well. In my 20s, I smoked heavy. And I smoked great. The finest kush. But I also realized that was taken away from where I wanted to go. So I stopped. For you to say that that's your goal and you're working toward that already, that's that attainability we talking about. I think all of us right now, I think we should all share a dream that died within us and talk about if that dream was actually attainable or was it something we obtained. My dream was to make $400 million. The reason why that was something I obtained because I thought I needed that much to do whatever I wanted in life. I listened to a book on financial literacy, and the thing that he said in that book, he said, sit down and write everything you want in life and figure out how much it cost. Everything I wanted in life, and I'm talking about everything, it was only like $2 million. And that's everything. I'm talking about I added stuff that I really didn't even need. 2 million versus 400 million, that's a $398 million difference. So that's when I realized my dream wasn't to have $400 million. My dream was to have this money so I could have a certain status, so I could look better than I really am without working on myself. So that's when I learned the difference between obtaining something by just thinking it without work and attaining something by putting in that work. So with anybody else, what's a dream that you had that died and why did it die?
That dog before I even graduated high school. I ain't really know myself for real yet. So somewhere down the line I started to gain knowledge of who I was and what I liked and what I actually wanted to do. And it just, that with it. Like I didn't even, I remember one year my mom and my dad made me go to practice. Like they was like, you gotta do something, and football is your thing. So and I was just like, man, I went out there and I got laid on my back. And I never went back with it. It was done for me. I was done, bro. It was over.
It wasn't for you.
It wasn't like I was a scrub either. It wasn't for me no more. My mind wasn't even there.
I got you.
And Christian told me a long time ago, like, you better want to play or you're going to go out there and get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Whew.
Yeah, I was just done.
Mine was due to injuries. It's the same thing in professional sports. It didn't pan out well probably when I hit about 19. But up until then, it's a dog in sports.
So then, with that dream, what you said was it wasn't attainable because you didn't want to put the work in because your mind wasn't there. You said it wasn't attainable for you because your body didn't allow you to do the things that you used to do. That's a perfect dynamic right there.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I actually playing basketball, but mine ended. So I dropped out of school. And I dropped out of school because playing in college, I still had the mindset that I could do it, but I didn't have humility, right? So my coach threw a lit cigarette at me one day. He called me Big Mouth because I talked too much. And I was going to talk to everybody. Didn't care who it was. Real talk. It didn't matter. Bro. Hey, look, man, look. So look, I'll tell you the truth. I talked to the coach. Hey, I got to play. It's called Big Daddy Cut Pro. Get the ball to Big Daddy. Everybody get out of my way. One back get that throat cut. He hit them and they threw it and flicked it at me. I said, I'll get that. But what happened is I ended up dropping out, and there was a team from Italy looking for some American players. So a week before the trial, I'm working out and I hurt my ankle. I went up, dunked, came down somebody else's foot, dream deferred. But I realized that in the loss of that dream, there were new dreams being developed. And I think started getting to where you're going, started going to a little bit. There were new things developed, and as a father now, and I love playing. I still like. As a matter of fact, I just retired from basketball again the other day because it hurts, right? But I have more enjoyment as a father watching and coaching my children than I ever did playing. Right, and I don't live my life through them. I live my life for them. So I have the opportunity to make those choices to identify and find themselves and whatever it is they want to do. So my dream has changed over time. But that was, like I said, the best sport. That was my thing. Hell, I still play 2K to this day. And if you ask, I'm still the best point guard I've ever seen in my life. I don't care what you've seen, True, but I ain't never seen that point guard better.
I beg to differ.
And so even with that, y'all want to share, y'all good. You don't have to if you don't want to. Ain't no force. If you good, you good. It's all right.
It's just the same thing.
Sports.
You know, childhood.
And so,
I got a question on that. 4 of the 8 of us in the room, 50% of us said sports. Now, I know Graham, you didn't speak. Pops, you didn't speak. But that's another thing, maybe not to talk about now, but why is it that sports is such a dominant dream in the black community for black males?
I think it's one of the first giveaways.
Not at all.
And it's,
I'm gonna wait till we go to the commercial break.
I can say that though, we can segue and we can talk about that. Because for us, sports is such a dominant reality on how we do things. Our physical ability and belief in ourselves. We had 4 men. I can include myself in that. I played baseball. I broke my hand all 4 years in high school. I was a game away from the Little League World Series. I broke my hand all 4 years. I had that same dream of sports. But it was because that was my coping mechanism. When I was on that baseball field, I ain't have to worry about what went on in the neighborhood. I ain't have to worry about nothing. I relied on my ability to be there for myself and to be the best teammate that I wanted to be. That was my reality. And the segue into dreams versus goals versus reality, right now, in real life, name some things that we all do, even if we don't want to do them. I can name one. Pay bills. Anybody else got anything that we do every day that we may not want to do, but it's just a reality? Work. There you go. Exercise. What's going on with you? So the thing with it, with reality is very simply put, a goal is something that you can work toward because you're putting in the work.
Now, I'll say I had to really think about the dream that I gave up because I am fortunate enough to say that I'm blessed enough to live the dreams that I've spoken as a younger kid now that I'm older. But the dream that I did have in mind was to be an Olympic athlete because I did shot put, I did discus, and I thought I was gonna go to college for it, do the Olympic trials, things like that. But I think what got in my way was I fell in love with money at an early age. Mm-hmm. So when I was in high school, I was pretty much done with high school by my junior year. So I'm working at a credit union. I'm signing off on Brink's truck, looking at all this money as a high schooler. I'm 16, 17, making money that my friends, working at drive-throughs and stuff, not really making.
Absolutely.
And so it's like I'm on the AAU track team. My school coach can't really tell me nothing because I got a better coach. So he's not really liking me like that. He telling me I ain't really gonna be much, but I'm smart, so I think you can't play the eligibility card with me. So my intellect and me falling in love with money brought me at that crossroads of, am I gonna be humble and dedicated to getting to what I want to do as far as, trying to be an Olympic competitor? Because I competed in the Junior Olympics and seeing that, and it's like, okay, I want to travel the world and just compete. But then it's like, you gotta win. When it comes to track is different from football and basketball. You gotta actually win for sponsorships. And
absolutely.
Like and I've always been physically smaller, but I was always able to hang with the big dog. So people like, you run, you jump. No, I was a thrower because I had the arm length. But still, it was just talking about reality. Being man enough to come to terms with reality. It's like, okay, this is what I want to do, but this is what's in my physical bag right now, and just making a decision of, okay, am I gonna take that leap of faith and go for what I want, or am I gonna do what I need to do and go with what's realistically feasible? And that's, to this day I still think about it because AAU they got track meets where they got kids from toddlers all the way up to people in their 70s and 80s going. So it's not like that dream ever. It's not like it's completely dead, but at the same time, it's like, now, how do I make time to even get back to that, even if I'm not competing professionally?
I got you. And with that being said, we're going to go to a commercial break. But what Brother B was saying with that dreams versus reality, Sometimes you have dreams that may be dead at the moment, but that don't mean they dead forever. We're gonna continue with Cognac and Conversations in a minute.
I just like the sound of it.
This did exactly what I thought I was gonna do. Perfect. The perfect segue into that, what you're speaking about is something called emotional intelligence. With emotional intelligence, you're starting to realize what's important for you at that moment versus what you thought was important that you may not see as important. For example, how many of us right now, just by show of fists, and I say fists like this because we are united, have friends that we may love dearly, but because of their decisions, we can't be around them because we've ascended to a higher being and where we want to go.
Yes, sir.
We. Hold on. So Pop said it best, family. We.
They don't grow with you, they can't go with you.
Everything.
We.
They don't grow with you, they can't go with you.
You have to learn how to cut this off to keep your own peace, man.
All right, what y'all don't see.
Invite chaos and drama into your family that disrupt your life and your family. You know, you can't invite everybody into your personal space.
What y'all don't see is my knuckles and my shoes.
I was telling TC the other day, it was just like I look at this life thing like a rocket ship, and it's like everybody say that they want success and stuff, but you're not gonna be successful watching a whole Netflix series. Like, and I was telling them, like, if you look at a rocket ship, as a rocket ship propels through different parts of the atmosphere and into whatever galaxy they're going to, different parts got to drop off. And the people who really supposed to be with you gonna be in the main part, the cockpit and whatever, the main part of the vessel that's going. But for the most part, some people gonna have to get dropped off in the stratosphere. Some people gonna have to get dropped off, like, and wherever you land. But it's not up to me, or it's not my fault if I'm growing. And death is a part of growth. And one process has to end for the next process. It's like track. Like, somebody got to do their leg, pass the baton off, and then the next person got to run their leg. So they do help you get there, but at the same time, too much of anything is a bad thing. So just as much as poison can be bad, sometimes you might need a little bit of bad to kind of offset too much good. So with some people, it's like, yes, we was rocking together from kindergarten to 6th grade. But 6th grade, 7th grade, I started doing stuff different. I started taking stuff a little bit seriously, and you still in that kindergarten, 6th grade mindset. Now I'm losing opportunities because you still in that phase, and I'm trying to go to the next phase.
You be complacent, and the fact that you have to build that career. I was just saying that you, instead of being complacent, you take the parts that you need to let go of, and you realize that it helps you get to where you got to move on to that next phase. I was here for so long, but now it's time to go on. I can acknowledge you. You know, I love you from afar. You know, it's still family, friend, or whatever. And I remember that.
You don't talk, right? Because you don't completely dismiss, right? But you have to disassociate in certain settings, at certain times, in certain situations, right? Because again, if I got a partner I know, when we go out to an event, that liquor start hitting him, he get loud, belligerent, he get real niggerish. I can't take him into every setting, right? Because we also know that in the grand scheme of things, in the society that we're in, we have to be bilingual. And I'm not talking about speaking Spanish to speaking English, but I'm talking about being able to speak logistics, right? To be able to speak accounting, to be able to speak these different dialects of business and industries, right? And if I'm in a networking environment and Brandon come in and he done already had, 2 shots in the car, and we know that when he get in, he gonna turn up to 1738. All right, Brandon, I can't have you talking to Mindy right now because Mindy got the money, right? So again, that's where we talk about loving from afar, but understanding what situation we also putting them in, to where we're not putting them in a bad spot where we know that something could potentially happen as we also protect ourselves.
And the memories are still there. Like, that's the thing. Like, just because you grow don't necessarily mean you forget everything that y'all been through. But at the same time, if time is always going, you might as well keep going too. So like the memories are still there. You can reflect on it, but it's like a book. It's like you get 19 chapters in. It don't negate the first 18 chapters, but you just at that 19th and you plan on going to that 20th chapter.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna piggyback on what he just said. The first thing that we as black men do is complain about. I can say complain. First thing we say, "Oh, bro, you changed." No, bro, I didn't change. I'm always gonna be the same me, but I'm gonna be a different me around you. Like he said, I can't take you to certain spots and I know you're gonna clown like a fool, because either way it go, you're gonna mess up over here or over there. And in the middle is where we gonna meet, and that's where the money gonna be at. If you mess up the money at the beginning, we can't make money in the end.
And I'm gonna add to that, right? It's not just also who we remove from, but it's who we add to, right? So I was talking to my little brother, and he was talking about he has this idea for more affordable homes, using a different material and processing that material from earth materials, right? But he's like, yeah, it's real political. I don't want to get into politics. I said, well, bro, what I'm going to tell you, for what you're looking to get into, the change you're looking to implement, you're going to have to get into implement. So now we talk about networking. So now you find someone that finds comfort and success in that space. You add them to your network. So now when you're going to something, it's not about who you're subtracting, but it's also about who am I adding to that can speak a language that I cannot speak, right? I'm glory to God, I'm glad I'm in a room where I'm not the smartest person, right? So I'm glad to be here with you also. I know, Brandon, with your experience, what you're talking entrepreneurship, okay, if I go to certain spaces, let me call you, right? If I need wisdom and guidance, Pop, I'm going to hit you up, right? Because experience, just sort of as an example, right? True from an education perspective. So that's something, knowing what our skill sets, what they are, and what people bring to the table that we're constructing, right? And that's what makes our tables more solid.
To add to it, bro, I think it's also who we become on top of it.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's the ultimate. Yeah,
How about that? That's most important.
And everything, like they say, like the old folks would say, everybody come in your life for a season and a reason.
Yes, sir.
But you ultimately gonna be your foundation, because once you crack, what's left?
Nothing. It's dirt. You got to, you all start from the bottom. When you get the bottom.
Once you crack, what's left?
I mean, even with that, it just, man, that's why I love convos with us, because it's intuitive. This energy in here is all brotherhood. And with emotional intelligence, what y'all said was literally my point. Like, I don't mind showing y'all, like, it's literally right here. Listen to the voice in your heart or your gut, never echo your ego. Sometimes that ego take us to a place where we don't deserve to be, but we too prideful to say that ego is taking us in the wrong place. How many times have we done in life, just by show of fist again, well, we may have been wrong about something, but our pride wanted us to argue that point.
I'll set this motherfucker on fire.
Hey, hold on, pause. And I double down on that. I don't pause. And don't let it be over one of them when it comes to me and y'all, because I'm going to choose them every time. I don't care if I'm wrong or right.
And see that
my go-to.
What is called when we don't lean on ourselves first is codependencies. Mm-hmm. And sadly, there are a lot of brothers that have codependencies, right? We see them in our workplaces, we'll see them in our communities, we'll see them on our blocks. More importantly, we'll even see it in our home. So how do we also help our families, right, and get them to deter from codependencies? What someone else thinks, their other concerns, how somebody feels about how we move as men. That ultimately dictates how we move as men, right? So that's something that we've got to think about as well in the grand scheme of things is, are we moving to the beat of our own drum, or we listen to our drum but still operate to somebody else's rhythm, right? So again, that's a conversation that we need to, how do we take that conversation out of here?
So with the codependency, I'm going to present a two-sided spectrum or conundrum to that, because you got codependency, but then I'll be vulnerable and say I'm too independent to where it's hard for me to allow myself to let somebody help me, or allow myself to even have a mate, girlfriend, whatever the case might be, because I'm too focused on, I know I got it, and I'd rather trust myself and feel myself than give you something, because then I'm not mad that you fucked up, I'm mad because I fucked up for trusting you.
Yeah.
So there's people who I understand, like, they can't survive without somebody else. I'm the person where it's hard for me to at least allow somebody to be an add-on or a supplement to what I have going on. And also, what's the again, it's a balance thing. So like, what's that happy medium between independence and not really codependence, but I'll say partnership instead.
It would be codependence regardless, because I'm gonna add on to what you're saying, because that conundrum is the same thing that I'm thinking about. Normally I like to do this off camera, but it's relevant to the conversation. So my thing is, you also got to understand that there's two types of people in the world. There's people that see the vision and people that have hands to help the vision. Your codependency people are people that want to be the people that have the vision, but may not have the vision. They might have to have the hands for the vision, but you got the purpose. And majority of the people who have the vision, they are the mind and the body they lose in hands. Your hands are going bad.
Yep.
You need people out here with hands. And some people have no vision, they blind. And not to say that they can't do nothing great with their life, it's just the simple fact of that the state of mind in which they are at, they may not either have motivation or inspiration. And it's just like, how do you know if you're gonna be a great painter if you ain't never seen a person paint? You don't even know you're interested in it, right? How do you know that you wanna be of service to people if you don't know what service looks like to people? And sometimes it's people like y'all that have an idea and fed up, tired of the day-to-day, you went through it, you was actually probably that blind person that was nothing but a hands, and now you got vision. You traded places with the people that you used to be, and you trying to figure out why do people even start there in the first place.
And the perfect part about that is, what y'all said is something called a locus of control. That's L-O-C-U-S of control. And all that means is there are external and internal factors. Internal factors are what's inside me. I can control what I do with me. If I know, for example, I'm going to stay with this young brother, this our youngest brother in here. If I know I want to do something in life and all I have to do is stop doing this, internally I control that. Internally I make the choice to be a better version of myself. And actually I stand corrected. I actually think he might be a little bit younger than you, but I just like information. But anyway, external is something that you can't control. And what that means is, for example, let's just say you go up for a promotion at your job and you get it. The reason you got that job, you're gonna feel like you earned that. You put in your dues and finally they paying you for what you feel you're worth. But what if you don't get it? Now you feel like, hey, they may have something against me. It may be something I did wrong. It may be something I could have changed. When in really truth being told, there's nothing you could have done to influence their position if they felt the way they felt anyway, whether you got the job or not. To TC's point about parenting, there's no right way to be a parent. And the only thing you can do with your kids is give them the best opportunity to grow and to be the best version of themselves. You can't control them, because the people who feel like they can control their kids are the ones who end up with kids that have issues, because you're stifling their growth. Those are those external factors. You can't control your kids, but internally you can provide them an opportunity to where they're in the best environment to grow, that's what the locus of control is right there with the emotional intelligence. I mean, even right now, some of y'all in here married, some of y'all got women, some of y'all got women that you may have kids with that you don't deal with anymore, whatever. But with that emotional intelligence, how many times, just by show of this, have we been right about something, but we fell on the sword because it was better for the entirety of the relationship? That's that emotional intelligence right there. By show of fist again, how many times have we knew something about our children or a nephew or a cousin or the little boy up the street that look up to you, where you know at the time you can't really break him down and tell him the real because it'll break him down internally to his core. So you have to build him up, but still try to tell him something that helps him grow instead of just telling him, hey man, this ain't it, you ain't shit, and you done fucked up.
Sometimes you just have to tell the truth.
But the thing of that is, no, I hear you. I'm only saying that because you able, but I say with your wisdom, I'm gonna ask you this, just in your opinion, because again, I'm speaking to your wisdom. Have there been times where you knew, hey, I can't really tell them all this because I know it'll destroy them versus
Every goddamn day.
or this little motherfucker need to hear the truth.
Every goddamn day.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is just be able to pick and choose what you feel is the right time. Because
that's what gets you in trouble as a man most of the time, being honest with people. Because people would rather hear a soft white lie versus the truth. Because most people are more caught up in coddling other people's feelings and not hurting and creating some sort of animosity and bad tension among people than to just be honest and open with them. Get the shit out the way, like at least you can say I never lied to you. Yep. Instead of, you told me down the road, like, well, I lied to you to hurt you, to save your feelings. Now, would you rather somebody lie to you or be honest with you if it hurts your feelings?
Now, tell me the real.
As a grown ass man, I already know what you're gonna say. Fuck your feelings.
Yeah.
Fuck, because at work, your boss will say, fuck your feelings. Get your ass back to work. Out in the goddamn street, you run into a stranger, you think he's gonna consider your feelings over what the hell he's got going on, or even considering what you got going on? Do you think your woman actually give a damn about your feelings? If what you have to say hurts her feelings, then it becomes a dynamic between hurt feelings, not truth over feelings, not the reality over feelings.
It got a luxury that men have though, because it's a situation.
It is a luxury,
so because it's a dynamic of truth management. It's going right? And in that truth management, how much of that weight can you continue to hold? If you lie to a motherfucker to preserve their feelings, right? But you carrying this shit is gonna be frustration to you because you know this motherfucker's fucked up, but you ain't told them they fucked up. You told them some soft shit to help to soften, make sure their feelings don't get fucked up. But at the same time, you're dealing with the frustration, right? Because this motherfucker still do fucked up shit because you ain't told them the truth.
It's either gonna cause conflict now or it's gonna conflict resolution, like say conflict and resentment down the line. Now, you can either hurt the feelings now or have your feelings hurt and you feel resentment or build resentment for that person down the line. So now, which one weighs greater? Your heart or her heart? Or their heart?
I'm lazy because...
Who ain't? The easy way is always the easy way. It's easy to roll down than to roll down.
With lying, you gotta maintain it. You gotta keep up with it. You gotta make sure it's digestible. Like that's a lot of work.
About maintaining the lie.
Right, that's a lot of work. But with the again, you will build it either way because with honesty, I'll say with me, it's more often not gonna come with no pads on it.
Man,
it's gonna be right there.
Truth sometimes hurt.
Yeah. But it's not, the truth is also, when you got truth versus, when you got logical reasoning versus emotion, that's boiling water. So I might be telling you the truth, but it's not what you want to hear or feel.
So it also comes to a point of value. What is the value added in if I give truth right now or not? If there's no value added, right, then you manage that how you will, right? Now, if You have to tell that lie, and then you have to continue to manage that lie. Now you done put yourself in a conundrum, right? Because now you can internally fuck yourself up to where you may even start to believe a fucking lie.
So Paul, so even go off of what you just said. If it don't add value up front, and then you lie on top of it, do you add value or depreciate the value of the situation from the get-go?
That depends on what you're willing to accept.
And so I'm gonna say we gonna continue that off camera. But the one thing I'm gonna say about this is emotional intelligence. As men, we are kings. Wearing that crown as a king comes with responsibility. You got to be able to handle your emotions. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back to Cognac and Conversations. I'm Renell Parker Sr. The senior is important. I done made babies, and I really value that part, right? But again, more importantly, people also call me Coach. And the thing about coaching is there's a coach in all of us, right? We all have the ability, the capability, and the opportunity to empower, uplift, encourage, and motivate somebody else. So again, we're here at Cognac and Conversations where we have some tremendous and brilliant black men talking about real life issues, real life concerns, and doing our best to create opportunities to solve real life problems. So, we're gonna get right back into it. So, y'all know my knees are bad, so I can't be getting up walking around. Plus, I like to make sure I'm on the same level with everybody and shit. But we ended our last segment on emotional intelligence. So that's sort of our segue also into mental health. So there's this activity that we do called the Rose, Thorn, and Bud check-in, where we're going to check in and see how every brother is doing right now. Right, so your rose is what is something that you're grateful for that is taking place in your life right now. Your bud is what is something that's manifesting, something that's on its way that you're excited about. Your thorn, what is something that's a challenge that you're facing in your life right now. Right, so again, we're gonna go around the room for everybody to have the opportunity to discuss what is your thorn first, what is your bud, and then you end it with your rose. Good? Go ahead, brother.
My thorn would be, I guess, getting my finances in order. Started out a little rocky, but I'm trying to get myself together, working and everything. My bud would be business ventures. I'm trying to start a new business, trying to get my t-shirt line going. So probably that. And my rose would be my wife. She's my backbone. She keeps me level, keeps me grounded. So I had to say that.
Blessings.
My thorn. My thorn is I procrastinate sometimes. My bud.
Yep, your bud.
And my bud is my grandkids. That's my joy. Got rid of a couple hours. That's my joy. And my rose is my marriage. I'm getting married next year.
Bless you, brother. Bless you. Congrats. Yes, sir. Welcome to the club.
Thank you very much.
And break it down to me again as far as the wood.
Yeah, so your thorn is a challenge that's taking place in your life right now. Right, so you think about a rose and a thorn, you prick your finger on it when you pick it up. Your bud is not in full bloom yet, it's not yet the rose, but you can see the blessing coming. You can see the opportunities that are manifesting, right? So you can see it growing, and that creates your excitement. Your rose is something that's present right now that you're grateful for, you're excited about, that's taking place right now.
Well, I start with the rose. I say family and just my day-to-day. You know, being able to wake up every day, still be healthy, still maintain, you know, take care of my family. That's a rose right there for me, because I'm able to provide and, you know, handle business for me and my own. The bud, one more time for the bud.
So the bud is something that's coming. So for example, when you did your top 3, you talked about getting your trade. Right? So perhaps, and again, I wrote that down. I wrote down everybody's top thing for me to understand and know as a point of reference, also as a point of support that I can provide. Right? So perhaps that could be your buzz, something that you're not there yet, but you're on the cusp of it and you're working towards it where you can see it coming soon.
Yeah, I say maybe picking up the trade and spiritual wise, as far as connecting and aligning with everything, you know, just to be moving on the right element.
Mm-hmm.
And the thorn, I will be my only thorn, because everything is accessible for me right now. You know, I'm blessed, I'm in a good vessel. You know, I'm able to speak and communicate with people effectively. I think the only thing that's holding me back at this time and moment with anything in life truly is me.
Okay. Blessings. Yes, sir.
All right, so for me, consistency is always a big thing for me. My dad used to tell me about consistency probably since I could really comprehend, he was telling me about consistency. So my thorn, that's probably still my thorn to this day, is just being consistent. And the fact that I know that now, it's been a lot easier. I can acknowledge it, you know, acknowledging is half the battle type deal. My bud is probably just the journey, just the day-to-day, taking it one day at a time, not trying to see too far, but acknowledging the fact that I need to know where I'm going and I can make a plan for myself. And the rose, or it's a rose, right?
Yeah, the rose is the last
The
one.
rose, right now for me, is the self-gratification of, even though it's 35 days, just knowing that I ain't smoked in 35 days. And when I say it out loud, it feels good. Cause like, cause like my dad say, you can't half-ass, you can't bullshit the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I know that it's real and it's been obtained, it's just like, every day it gets easier. I'll think about it less. I know at some point it'll just, you know, it'll just wither away from me. I won't even think about it no more.
Yeah, bless you, brother.
I say my thorn is really just maintaining that energy and that mindset to keep driving during this season of sacrifice. So I left my job. I left corporate back in August, so I just really been just freestyling. My bud, I would say, is just like seeing like the growth of like my lab, and just me branching and so me just further marketing myself as a formulation scientist, as a coach for kids with like STEM-related subjects, and like just really seeing the impact that me just putting those words and that energy of intention out and like just the feedback is like also like kind of fueling that drive and keeping me kind of rooted through the thorn, like my season of sacrifice. And I would say like my roles would be just like really like family, like me being home and just seeing how my presence and how like my ideas of just like, you know, healthy lifestyle is contributing to like my parents, my siblings, seeing like them grow, them develop, like my dad working with me and me kind of being able to work through like my childhood vendettas with like, you know, him working for corporate and like being able to like show him that we can make money on our own terms, having fun, me doing events and him being by my side, him wanting to learn my business and us merging what we both learned from corporate and implementing that into what we got going on doing and making money our way and how we going amongst people that look like us and people who really support us. So I definitely say, yeah, like that's kind of like my trophy right now, or my rose is just really just being around family, just like really getting back connected and establishing my foundation with family since I've been gone over the past few years.
Bless you.
Thorn, myself, kind of like what you were saying. For some reason, I guess I have sabotaged my own success. For some reasons, I don't know if I can go further than that, but I'm not. I ain't gonna go further. My bud, right now, is budding. It's my confidence in myself. I think confidence has been something that I've struggled with my entire life. But at this point now, 37 years old, I'm more confident than I ever been. To the point where I don't feel like it's anything I can't do. Like if motherfuckers say, I just can't fly, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna jump at least.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So I'll be like, okay, you're right.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. My roles is like my job. I work in middle school, and the fact that I know that I make a difference every day, that's what's helped kind of build my confidence. Is the fact that making a difference every day is my roles. That's for sure.
Okay.
I say my thorn. My thorn is my ego. I'm a person that I do research. I read. I study what I know. So when I speak, I stand on facts. I stand on business. But the ego comes in when sometimes it ain't about being right if you're trying to teach somebody something. Because sometimes being right ain't always the correct answer. And I had to get over my ego and understanding it. My bud is, I always felt like I had this power in me that I always push down because I ain't want others to cower down in front of me because I always wanted like a brotherhood or a togetherness. But I dim my own light just to appease others. But I came to a point recently in life where I understand just that balance to where I don't have to be around people who aren't going in the same direction I'm in. I have things I want to do in life, so I'm focused on those things. That's my bud. My rose is understanding that everything I work for is actually coming true right now. Those dreams that died versus those dreams that just started as a goal. Well, a dream, it turned into a goal, and it turned into reality. I'm seeing these dreams. And that dream came from just getting over myself and realizing that who I thought I was versus who I needed to be to get to where I wanted to be are two totally different people. One of them got to die to make it, and I let that ego die.
Hey, so look, you all heard it here first. Black men getting together, talking about our challenges, our opportunities, and things that bring us joy and bring us peace. So come back in a minute. We're going to break away for a commercial break, but we'll see you soon for more Cognac and Conversations. Peace.
Now, Tina is going to be coming to your table. She'll be giving you that magical touch on your shoulders that let you know it's your turn. It's your turn. That's the touch we each and every one of us want to feel. So when she touches you, get in the line.
Pretty young thing on my brain, she want a pre-game. Red cup full of red wine, please don't be ashamed. Pretty young thing on my my brain. She wanna pre-game her ex-main. Won't let it burn.
What's going on, world? Mr. Bernard Quinn III, CEO of the Victory Torch Premium Handmade Cigars right here in St. Louis, founded in 2020. We are one of the most elite cigar services in St. Louis. We are a mobile humidor. We provide your needs, private parties, events, whatever you could think of, we got you. Premium handmade cigars right here in St. Louis. All of our products are sourced from the Dominican Republic, so you're getting top quality and you're getting some of the best cigars all from around the world right here at home. So again, the Victory Torch, you can hit us up at TVT_cigars. Once again, that's at TVT_cigars. Hit us up anytime, and we are at your service. We got you.
All right, welcome back to Tierra Speaks, the Man Takeover, Cognac and Conversations. I am the homie Chris. We are now about to announce the raffle winners. So with that being said, the first person who gets a Tierra Speaks box, and I'm going to let y'all look inside this box, and we're also going to record it and make it look even better than what I just said because we want it professional, and we want you to see what the hell you're getting. It's amazing. But back to what I was saying. The first person to get a Tierra Speaks box, my man Corey.
All right, Corey.
Never won anything like this.
The second person to get a Tierra Speaks box, Brother Troop. Yes, sir. And the grand prize winner, where you got photo shoot, my man TC. You got a vision board experience, and you get a gift voucher for a strategy session and a basic logo for your brand. Young brother Chris. So we'll end that on this note. Thank you for being a part of Cognac and Conversations. We had just as well, we had way better combos off camera. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, but you should have been here. That's your own fucking fault. And yes, I curse. But anyway, the next event is June 8th. It'll be co-ed. The reason we need these things to be co-ed, yeah, we do need our spaces as men and women, but we also need to come together. So June 8th, we're gonna come together and talk about things as a community. There's gonna be a fellowship, sisterhood and brotherhood. We all stronger with each other.
Promise is worth it. Listen with Tierra Speaks.